Well, I'm gonna tell you a little story. Okay? Once upon a time, there was a girl named Kelly. She was smart and pretty and funny, and, she got a lot of boyfriends. Way back when she was just a little girl, she had her first boyfriend, and during this relationship, another boy comes along. The boyfriend's name was Jake, and the other boy's name was Gregory. Now, Gregory and Jake were good friends, and yeah, Kelly had to choose which one she wanted to be with. Stay with her boyfriend, or go with this other guy coming into the picture. She would make them play fight for her affection, and she, one day, even during a little assembly, they were still in that stage where you sit in the ground in front of the stage. She had one boy on each side of her, and she was still debating. Well, in the end, she ended up choosing her boyfriend, and they stayed together all through that summer. He even had his own fan club. Anyways, there were some problems when they were at summer camp together with this girl named Brittany. But whatever, screw Brittany. She wasn't very important. But in the end, on the bus ride home from camp, Kelly and Jake broke up and never got back together. Kelly moved on, she dated other boys, and yeah, she dated lots of variety of people, from stoners to jocks, and she was pretty much happy most of the time. She had lots of support from her friends, like Kim, and Andrea, and Sally, and Margaret, and she, one day, came across the dilemma again. Now this time, it was with two different boys, Ryan and Kyle. She was going out with Ryan, and they had only been going out for a few days, and he was sort of really too sensitive for her, and she didn't really like it. Kyle, on the other hand, was more of a BA, you know what I'm saying. And so she ended up breaking up with Ryan and going out with Kyle. She went out with Kyle for a while, and it could have been better. Kyle wasn't a very nice guy to her. He would make her pay for all these things, and he would basically ignore her in front of all his friends, and she would do anything for him, and it was really sad. She then found out that Kyle cheated on her with Margaret. This, that, and the other thing happened, and basically Kyle broke up with her for Margaret. That's okay, because Kyle was going on a long journey. She moved on, and she found a new boy. The new boy's name was Edward. Edward and her, they really got along, and the relationship was going great. She couldn't have been happier. They had such a great relationship. And it was basically her first love since Kyle. I mean, unless you counted that one guy back in middle school that she liked. But that was just a fling. But however, while Kelly was with Edward, Kyle came back from his little journey. It wasn't for long, and she ended up cheating on Edward. It was very sad, very sad. She had a tendency to do that a lot, actually. Probably by the end of the relationship, she cheated on Edward 5, 6 times. He only knew about a few of them, though. Most of the times it wasn't her fault, though. I mean, she was taken advantage of based on the circumstances. So, yeah, Edward went out with Bella, and Kelly had to move on. But Kelly wasn't that upset because she had found a new boy. Carter was best friends with Kelly's friend, Lisa. And Lisa would get very mad if Kelly did anything with Carter. So basically, Kelly never did anything. And her and Carter just stayed friends. It was hard for Kelly, and Kelly started going through a lot of stress. She couldn't stand seeing Edward and Bella together. She was jealous. And Carter just didn't like her like that. Kelly's not the kind of girl to not be in a relationship. So she just went on with her time, studied in school, focused on her studies more to distract her. But guess who shows up? That's right, Kyle. And Kyle tells her that he loves her and that he's apologized and he's a very different person. So she realizes that she still has feelings for him too. So they get back together. But Kyle, he has to go back on his journey because he's not quite finished yet. But he's finishing soon and he would be back to spend more time with her. So she decided to give it a chance. So one night, there were some issues. Kelly was in a different state of mind, and she was hanging out with Carter at a party, and she realized she wanted to hook up with Carter. She couldn't do that to Kyle. Even her friends told Carter what she wanted to do, and that didn't help anything. And so she just got really confused, and she didn't know where her feelings were or anything. But nothing happened that night, so she decided to just let it go, and that things would just go away. But they didn't. Carter sent Kelly a text message, and it ended up confusing her, and she is now stuck in quite a predicament. She really liked Kyle, and she knew that he was head over heels for her, and he would treat her good now. But she did also like Carter. But he didn't come around before, and he had said he didn't want a relationship or anything. He just wanted to have fun. And she understood that she wanted to respect that, and she just would be fine being friends. But now he says things to her, and she gets confused. She thought that maybe Carter just thought this way because she was now taken. And she thought that if she was to break up with Kyle and go out with Carter or get with Carter, that Carter wouldn't like her anymore. And you want what you can't have, but when you get it, you don't want it anymore.
I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. The people run in circles, it's a very, very